Hello, BookTube. I have a small amount of mail. I thought you might rummage through it with me. I'm curious to know what'll be in these things. The last mail haul that we did together yesterday was amazingly varied. Just the kind of thing I like. And we'll see if this is half that size, but we'll see what we have here. The first one is kind of small. Oh, it's got a rubber band on it, so it's going to be One World Press. What do we got here? Oh, okay. Okay, well, this is a double. This comes out in February, but I've already read it. It's one of the few 2019 books that I've already read, and I really liked it. This is A Weekend in New York by Benjamin Markowitz. Had problems with it. I had dramatic problems with it, but I also liked it. So it's a double. We've seen it on this channel before, so we'll just forge right ahead. What is this next one? It's oversized. Oh my! Wow, it's another bird book. Oh wow. Okay. Okay, so this is a paperback. It's never going to be a hardcover, and it comes out in mid-November. It's by Peter Dunn and Kevin Carlson, and it is Gulls Simplified. It's an oversized. See, it's an oversized nature volume from Princeton University Press. Oh, and it's just all about gulls. It's a species guide, just a family guide to gulls, their natural history, their distribution, and all the different kinds. Wow, look at that. You get migration routes. Fantastic. Wow. I think I have only one other book on seagulls at all. And it's not this at all. It's a natural history from eons ago. Wow. Okay, great. So this is the essential field companion for North American birders and reduces the confusion commonly associated with gull identification, offering simpler and far more user-friendly ways of observing these marvelous birds. Yeah, because if any of you have spent time on the open water, you know that gulls can be the devil's own mischief to identify. On one sense, they look so similar, and they aren't. I mean, identification is fairly easy if you know what to look for. It's not the same thing as a lot of other bird species. There's a wealth of color photos, detailed captions, the whole 9 yards. Okay, so this is just not quite sure how reviewable it is, but it's invaluable to have. It's invaluable to have like on your boat or on your beach house. This is just a huge guide to the variety and the looks and all kinds of gulls. Look at that. You get photographs, but you also get parts being identified. That is wonderful. Okay. All right, good. Now let's move on. We're doing fine. We're certainly getting variety. Let's see what this next one is. What have we here? Oh, great. I requested this. This is coming up next year. This is a debut. If I remember correctly, this is a debut. Yeah. This is Bangkok Wakes to Rain. Comes out next year, in February. And it is written by Pichaya Subantad, who grew up in Thailand, Saudi Arabia, and the American South. He's a contributing writer at the Morning News and has received fellowships in fiction writing from New York Foundation of Arts and the MacDowell Colony. So once again, we have a debut author in whom quite a few people have seen a lot of worth. That's always encouraging. So what have we got here? And it's the pub sheet is taunting me with my inability to pronounce the author's name by saying Pichaya Subantad. Remember this name because you'll be reading his books for years to come. All right, well, if that's true, I'm going to learn how to say his name. Calling to mind writers like David Mitchell and Haruki Murakami, the author bends the rules of the traditional novel as he creates and continually reshapes this daring imagination of the story of one house and the many characters who pass through it in Thailand's capital city. Bangkok Wakes to Rain is a boldly inventive first novel that masterfully blends history, fable, and futuristic to bring into striking relief a place that at once steeped in age-old customs and constantly on the front lines of political, environmental, and cultural change. So this is the story of a house and the people who live in it. That's an interesting gimmick. A missionary doctor pines for his native New England even as he succumbs to the vibrant chaos of 19th century Siam. A post-World War II society woman marries, mothers, and holds court, little suspecting her solitary future A jazz pianist in the age of rock, haunted by his own ghosts, is summoned to appease the resident spirits, and so on. So this is going to be the stories of this house, the people who have moved in and out of it. And if the author is confident enough, he will link those stories somehow. One way or another, you all know from watching this channel that I love debut fiction, so I will look forward to it. I won't be reading it until the new year, but and then the last thing we'll do here is one of these vacuum pack things. See what this has. What have we got here? It's a finished copy of something. What have we got here? Oh, great. Okay. Oh yeah, you want this? Everybody's going to be wondering where you were. Oh. We saw this already. This is the finished copy by Jeffrey Wirt. This is Civil War Barons, the finished copy of Civil War Barons. All about the money men who swarmed in. The American Civil War brought with it unprecedented demands upon the warring nation, North and South. The conflict required a mobilization and an organization of natural and man-made resources on a massive scale. Jeffrey Wirt's Civil War Barons profiles the contributions of 19 northern businessmen to the Union cause. They were tinkerers, inventors, improvisers, builders, organizers, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. So 19 biographies here. Carnegie, Vanderbilt, Deere, McCormick, Studebaker. Interesting. Okay. Well, I have the advanced copy of this, and this is November, yes? No, it's October 30th, so essentially November. I have the advanced copy of this, and I haven't touched it, so it's good to have this one. It's good to have this one. And is it not our only work of history this time? Yes, it is. Okay. So we got our variety. We got Civil War Barons, which is 19th century American history. And then we got two fiction, A Weekend in New York by Benjamin Markowitz and Bangkok Wakes to Rain by Pichaya Subantad. And we also got, wonderfully, Gulls Simplified. A big, beautiful thing. Going to be wonderful to wander through it. An identification guide, a species guide to gulls. That's wonderful. So that is our one mail haul for today. A video under 10 minutes. Imagine that. I'll close it here, but I will see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.